I'm just here thinking, and I'm thinking to myself, what if no one had to work? What will the man bring to the table? What will the man present to the woman? What would y'all do for us? Because we do everything for y'all. I noticed that a lot of men say, well, what do you bring to the table? Well, we are the table, okay? We are the table. But on a real note, what do you guys bring to the table? What do you guys bring to our table? Because we are the table. So, what do you guys bring to the table? If there was no work and you guys didn't have to work, what would you do for us? You don't have to ask what we will do for you, okay? What would you do for us? Because there are way too much men in this world that is saying that they go out and they work and they make the money, they're the man of the house and all that BS, right? But what if you wasn't working, honey? Would you still be the man of the house? Huh? Would you still be the man of the house? Because the last time I checked, the woman is the man of the house. Okay? The woman is the man of the house. Honestly, I am so tired right now, but I just have to just do this. Okay. Anyways, yes. So I've been thinking. I was like, I always hear these men talking about, I'm the man of the house. Where's my dinner? You know, like, dude, don't you know that whenever you come home, there is still work to do? There is still work to do. Okay? A man work from sun to sun, but a woman's work is never done. Okay? And neither is yours. So don't think that because you go out and work and you come home, you can just kick your foot up and just, play PlayStation on your phone, scrolling, while your woman is in the kitchen cooking, and you are just there waiting, smelling food coming to you. Like, honey, you don't wear the dress, okay? You don't wear the skirt. You don't wear the panties, all right? But we wear the pants. We wear the skirts. We wear the dress. We wear the shorts. We wear the lingerie, okay? We wear all of the above, all right? We do everything in the house, outside the house, okay? Around the house, all right? We ain't just a housewife. We do everything, okay? So, everything that a woman does at home, around the home, outside the home, is work, okay? Woman, a stay-at-home mother, a stay-at-home wife, a stay-at-home girlfriend, whatever label you want to give her, is always working, okay? The woman go to work, the woman come home, the woman cook, the woman clean, the woman take care of the kids, the dog, the rat, the cat. What does the man do? Apart from just work and come home. Huh? What you say? Wait, alright, okay. I'm waiting. And you are the man of the house? You can say you are the man that bought the house, but it still isn't your house. Because guess what? She built the house. Okay? that woman built the house into a home. Okay? What if it wasn't for women? Women play a big, important role in the lives of men. Y'all know this. Y'all can't do without us. Okay? Because, as I said before, women, we go to work, we come home, and we work, and we go to work, and then we come home, and we just working. Work, 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 work. So we have to work, 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 work. I don't know, just make dirt, 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 dirt. Y'all just make mess. A lot of mess. And the woman have to clean up your dirt, 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 dirt. You understand? But you guys, you princesses, you ballerinas, okay, you Barbies, wanna just, live that soft life. And you guys make life hard for a woman. Okay? You guys are the princess. Okay? Right? You guys want that soft life. You guys don't want to do nothing. You guys don't want to cook. You guys don't want to clean. You guys don't want to comb your children's hair. You guys don't want to do the grocery shopping. You guys don't want to do nothing. You don't want to do nothing. Nada. Okay? You're supposed to match the women's energy. You're supposed to match a woman's vibration and a woman's frequency. In order for that relationship to sail naturally, in order for everything to run smoothly, although we obviously know that not everything in a relationship is going to go smoothly. Okay? But you all have to help a woman out around the house, okay? A lot of you guys make it seem like it's so hard to do the job that you guys are doing out there. Some of you guys are doing construction. Some of you guys are, what can I say? Delivering pizza. Some of you guys are doing jobs out there that you guys are like, oh my God, it's so tiring. Yes, it's tiring. We understand that. But women are doing more than what you're doing. And although we are tired, we still keep going. But y'all don't want to give us our credit when you know it's due. Okay? Y'all don't want to give us our flower when you know we deserve it. A lot of y'all don't even want to give women flowers on Valentine's Day, although I don't celebrate that holiday. Y'all don't even want to give women flowers. Okay, when y'all know we deserve it. Because we are a hard worker. Okay? A hard worker that don't even get paid. If you know what I mean. Right? And back in the slavery days for women, women weren't allowed to earn the same amount of money as men. Because we weren't seen as humans. We weren't seen as valuable. We were seen as if our lives don't matter. We were seen as if men were, higher than us, right? But, just to go back to, the previous topic, like, what if there was no work? What would you guys do? What would you guys do for us? If you guys ain't doing nothing for us right now, really, majority of the men, not all, because there are some beautiful men out there that, put things on the table, okay, that take care of the woman, okay? But there's a lot of men that wants the women to take care of them, okay? Only. They want the woman to do all the nurturing, okay? But yes, so if there was no work, what would you do? What would you do? What would you do? That's something you guys need to really think about. Okay? That is something you need to think about. That is your homework. Take it home. All right? And bring it back. Okay? Take home that homework. Make sure you do your homework. Think about it. What would you do? What would your purpose be in a woman and children's life if you didn't have to work? What would it be? Are you going to say, you're a woman? That is your job to cook. That is your job to clean. That is your job to do grocery shopping, to comb the children's hair and do everything. Is that what you're going to do? Right? It's just like taking sex out of the relationship. What would the relationship be like if there was no sex? What if your wife said, babes, I honestly want us to go on a 6-month sex fast. No sex for 6 months. Okay? We're going to sleep beside each other and I don't want you to touch me. And I won't touch you. Although you're looking good, honey. But anyways, what if that was the case? Right? What would make that relationship, keep going? What will be that spark? If the sex was out of the relationship, if money was out of the relationship, what would you bring to that woman? Because the woman is a gift. We bring so much to a man's life. I'm not going to say bring so much to the table because the woman is the table. The woman is the backbone. The woman is the spine of the relationship and of the house. Right? Not to say that the men are not. The men are also. Once he steps into his masculine energy, right? Once he tap into his nurturing energy, okay? So yes, that is the question that I want you to ask yourself, and I want you to ask your bros. If y'all didn't have to work, what would you bring to a woman's life? What would you bring to a woman's table? What would you bring? What would you bring? Okay? I honestly feel like it's very disrespectful for men to ask women, so, what do you bring to the table? When we are the table. The question is, what do you bring to the table? Because you are coming into our life. We are the table. So what is it that you are bringing to me? What is it? That is the question you need to answer. I'm sorry, y'all. I just looked over on my table and I seen some strawberries, so I had to, just give me a break for a minute. Sour. Sour. Oh my god. When your cheeks just water up and then you feel that painful sensation that lasts for a few seconds? I'm sorry, y'all. I just remember I had some strawberries on my table, okay? And I just had to finish it, okay? So yes, fellas, what is it that you all bring to the table? Good, huh? Yeah. So a lot of men don't understand that whatever you give to a woman, she multiplies. A woman is like an incubator, like an oven, okay? Whatever you put in, you get out, okay? You invest in a woman and she invests in you. You buy a woman groceries and she make you a meal. You buy a woman a house and she make it into a home, okay? You buy a woman strawberries and she dip it in chocolate. I don't got no chocolate right now, but hey, I love chocolate. That's gonna get me some chocolate, but then I was like, no, I'm on a diet right now. I'm on a live it, okay? Too much chocolate. I love, love, love me some chocolate. So I was like, you know what? No more chocolate. So I would have, had some chocolate and I would dip it in. Yes, so you give a woman strawberries and she will dip it into chocolate, okay? But anyways, you get the drift. Whatever you give to a woman, you give a woman love. I'm talking about the real women, okay? Because there are some ungrateful women out there where a man will give her his heart, okay? The world. And she will... Oh, sorry. The neighbors. Okay. So, where was I? Anyways, so the woman will create heaven all around you. Okay? Once you water her garden, she will give you flowers. Okay? Water her garden and she will give you flowers. I've always thought to myself, and I've seen a video where a little girl gave her father flowers for the first time. And she said that the reason why she gave him the flowers is because men only get flowers when they die. And I really felt that. He cried. I always said that men deserve flowers because men don't really get flowers or chocolate, right? And I honestly feel like there are a lot of women out there that do give men flowers and chocolate and do all that nice, sweet, romantic stuff for them, right? But a lot of men don't get that. And I feel like the reason why they don't get that is because a lot of men are not really tapping into his masculine energy, which is that energy where you provide, protect, and profess, about a woman. Or, really show that woman that nurturing side of yourself and be consistent and so forth. It's not to say that a lot of women won't give men flowers and chocolate and teddy bears and so forth, right? There are a lot of women that has plans to do that. But because majority of men, they mess up things in a relationship so quick, so it's like, man, you just mess up everything. You just messed up everything. You understand? So it's like, man, I changed my mind. You don't even deserve this, right? So a lot of men mess things up before things even start. Before the fire even start, getting hot. So a lot of you guys sabotage yourself because a lot of women have so much good things in store for y'all. But you guys mess it up. Okay? Although there are a lot of women out there that feel like it's only the man that is supposed to show that side of himself, and she wouldn't show him that. side of her, right? That romantic side of her, like, buy him flowers, open his door sometimes too, bring him on a date or whatever. She would just make him do that straight throughout the whole relationship. No matter even if they were in a relationship for 10 years, right? If he's showing you that and he's being consistent with it and he's genuine with it and he's not cheating, I'm not going to do that for no man that's cheating. No, you're not getting that treatment. Okay? But if there are men that are not really cheating, even though it's kind of hard to say, men are not cheating for the type of men in this world right now, it's hard. But I know there are a lot of men out there. There are some men out there that, drop that and they're focused and they're just focused on that one woman. They're not cheating, right? But, if he's a good man, then yes, he deserved that, right? But at the first part of the relationship, a man should be showing his woman that side straight through. Okay? Straight through, non-stop. And once the woman sees his consistency and see that he's genuine with his emotions, right? And genuine with his actions, then she would start buying him flowers, taking him out for dinner, buying him chocolate and so forth, right? I feel like a woman should take some time before she even start to invest in a man like that, because men switch up. A lot of men wear a lot of masks, right? And they make it, seem like, they're really genuine, when they're giving women flowers and gifts and so forth. But they only do that at a certain period of time, and then after they just cut it off, right? Especially when the sex comes in, they just cut it off and be like, oh, I've done enough. I did it before, I'm not going to do it again. But that's a catch. They just do that just to make the woman feel like that's the type of man they are straight through, when they're not, right? They should continue with that energy. They should be consistent with that energy. You feel me? And the reason why, as I said before, a lot of women don't even bother to do all these romantic things for him, like buy him, gifts and, is because they caught on and they realized that he was just doing that to make it seem like, yeah, that's the type of man he is. You understand? Yeah, so what do you all bring to a woman's table? Apart from penis. Apart from sausage, we all bring to the table. We all bring to the table. That's something to think about during your quiet moments, during your silent moment, okay? All right. So, I'm going to wrap this up. I'll speak to y'all in my next video. All right? Ciao. Oh. Take very good care of you. Stay safe. And I will see you later.